She said, "I think we should take a break," her eyes unervingly steady for someone claiming to be heartbroken. She added, "My parents, they don't think you're good enough." I didn't flinch. I didn't ask who decided that, her parents or her. I just looked at her calmly and said, "I understand." No tears, no desperate pleas. And I think that silence frightened her more than any outburst ever could. What she didn't know was that 3 nights earlier, I had stumbled on the email canceling the venue. She'd forgotten to log out of her laptop. And I wasn't snooping, just handling the bills I'd been quietly covering while she obsessed over the wedding. She hadn't even bothered to delete that email chain. The planner had asked if she was sure about forfeiting the deposit. Her reply was chillingly final. Absolutely. It's over. The date on that message? 3 weeks ago. She'd waited until all the payments cleared, then decided she wanted a break. No, she wanted out, without looking like the villain. And I was supposed to play the heartbroken fool who never saw it coming. She didn't know me at all. We met 3 years ago. She was magnetic, ambitious, smarter than everyone else in the room, and she knew it. That was part of her charm. And honestly, I admired it. She once told me she loved how calm I was, how I didn't need to be the loudest voice to be the most dangerous. Funny how people admire what they don't understand. We built everything together, or so I thought. The apartment was ours, the joint savings too. She picked the venue, the guest list, the flowers I'd never get to see. I just kept the money flowing, quietly, steadily, trustingly. When she introduced me to her parents, it felt like a business pitch. They smiled like sharks, asking about my income, my 5-year plan. No questions about love, no curiosity about character, only about what I could bring to the table. I was just some flashy investment in their eyes. She told me I was being sensitive, said they'd warm up. Turns out they were just waiting for her to cool down. The day after she said we needed a break, I walked into the bank. There was just under $37, 000 left in the wedding fund. The account was in my name, so I drained it legally, cleanly, transferring every cent into a private account she didn't know existed. Then I closed the joint account. No drama, just quiet precision. After that, I booked a meeting with a lawyer. Prenups didn't matter anymore, but the lease was in both our names, and she wasn't going to leave without a push. Over the next week, I changed passwords, moved out half the furniture, and backed up everything I paid for. When she came by to talk, the locks had already been changed. I slid a padded envelope under the door, her things, and a formal notice, 14 days to vacate or start paying rent. That night, her phone rang 6 times. She left voicemails that swung wildly between pleading and fury. I didn't respond, but that wasn't enough for her. She needed to feel it, not just the money or the eviction, but the shame. So I sent the venue a thank you card. I apologized for canceled wedding, citing a change of heart from the bride. I made sure her parents saw it. Then I posted a simple photo on social media. Me, a beach, a caption that read, asterisk, sometimes the trash takes itself out. Blessed. Asterisk, no names, no specifics. But everyone knew exactly who I meant. Her friends, our mutuals, her family, especially her parents, who looked foolish backing someone who played fiancé with the precision of a con artist. She showed up at my office 3 days later, tears threatening but never falling. She said it was a mistake, that she panicked, that she never meant to cancel the wedding, just needed space. I let her talk, then slid my phone across the table. The email she forgot to delete stared back at her. I watched her eyes scan the screen, saw the cracks form in her mask. I said nothing, just smiled, stood up, and walked out. Revenge wasn't fire, screaming, or smashed dishes. It wasn't burning photos or wild confrontations. It was cold, surgical, a quiet, relentless process. She expected me to unravel, to beg for closure, to give her the clean break she could spin into a redemption story. Instead, I gave her silence and the bill. Friends asked why I never warned them, why I kept it all quiet. Because explosions are loud and chaotic, but implosions, they destroy everything from within. I found out she'd already started seeing someone else. Not officially, not publicly, but enough that the wedding was inconvenient. He worked with her father. Of course. The perfect replacement, complete with the right watch, the right shoes, the right pedigree. They thought they were upgrading. What they really got was someone who knew he was second choice. Someone who would always know she was willing to fake love for a better prospect. Good luck building trust on that shaky foundation. Do I miss her? No. I miss who I thought she was. But the version of me she tried to break is gone too. What's left is sharper, colder, clearer. She took her shot, and I let her believe she hit her mark. But I had already moved the target. She gave me freedom disguised as heartbreak. I gave her a break she'll never recover from. So no, I wasn't good enough for her parents. They were right. I was better.